We are in France.
In 300 metres, keep left.
There we go, Bob.
Oh yes.
It's been a while, hasn't it?
Long time coming. All of lockdown we've been wanting to get out, haven't we, mate?
Absolutely, mate. But yeah, time's come.
It is the first possible physical day that we're allowed to go out of the country. It's the 4th of July. So yeah, just after midnight last night we boarded the ferry from Dover and we've just touched down in Calais, heading to a dot on a map that we know nothing about. Same old story as the last videos, but yeah.
We wouldn't have it any other way though, would we?
No.
This is it. We've got a couple of dots on the map, a couple of bits of blue to aim for, and we are literally going to go with the flow. We've got 2 nights.
2 quick nights.
And
to try and catch a whacker.
A whacker. Pretty cool lake, isn't it? But the areas that we fancy so far are already occupied.
So there's fish here right now. I'm gonna go grab a couple of rods and some light gear each, flick out the rods, have a look at our pins, and go from there pretty much. Gave it what? How long was that?
Couple of hours.
Couple of hours.
Yeah.
Weren't feeling it. We have seen fish, but we can't see ourselves staying here for the duration, can we? Yeah, let's go and find a supermarket. Head off to the next pin, shall we?
Definitely.
Cool. So, we've just arrived and the water is clear and we've just found a chunk above the weed, so let's have a proper look. See, that definitely was a big fish because it's moved.
What is going on? Well, a bit painful to say that after a little bit of digging, I think we found out this lake's no night fishing. No point in shooting ourselves in the foot and getting caught off guard with our pants down. So let's get in a van, let's go and find some lakes, I reckon.
If we do catch fish, this trip is going to mean a lot. Hello, Les.
Well, hello. Well, today's taking another turn of events. We're a little bit sort of naive as to where we're allowed to fish, but after a little bit of digging, I'm sure we'll be able to find out.
Okay, so where do we even start to explain what we've been up to for the last, 30 hours? This trip we intended to come over to France and fish a public lake. That location didn't turn out to be exactly what we were after. We then progressed to look round a further 4 lakes. The one that we're sat at now to do the intro, we found that it was a public lake online through our research, but we've arrived to read the signs to realise that it's actually a pay lake, a membership lake only. So we have had the most exhausting 30 hours that we've ever probably experienced in a short trip like this, bearing in mind we've only got 2 nights. We currently have 1 left. It's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon on the Sunday. We've got until about 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, and we've just been given a new spot from our good friend Samir. So we're going to head there now and try and save this trip and hopefully show you some really nice fish really soon.
Looking cool, very cool, to be honest. Like we've seen 4 fish, 3 small commons together and 1 big mirror, and that was in the first place we stopped, which is on the first kind of real significant bend after the lock. So yeah, it's looking really promising. We've probably got another few hundred yards up here, and there's a place to turn the van around. So we'll turn around, head back down here, and I'll continue doing what I'm doing. We'll probably stay in the van and keep an eye on the further margin in the middle.
Far side, yeah.
And a real good look close in, where I saw the other fish before.
Heads left, tails right.
Yeah. So what for you or me?
I'll do it and you call when it's in here.
Yeah, but if it's tails,
Yeah.
then what's that left? Right.
Whatever, I don't know what we just said.
Tails right, heads left.
Yep.
I don't have to call it then, do I? Is it for me?
That's big, okay. No. No, you call it and then you choose. 3, 2, 1.
Heads.
Heads it is.
Sweet. Can I just add, that's the first time I've won a coin flip in our little game. Always seem to lose.
I used to lose. All of last year I used to lose.
It's been shit.
It's been so shit.
It's been
so shit. Oh my god. We're knackered.
Yeah, we're tired, man.
Let's do it. Let's crack on.
Sweet. Might have a quick nap.
So what I'm doing now on my left hand rod, which I'm positioning quite far down the bank, is set it up with a washing line. I'm on a straight bank here, so there's no bends, it's pretty dead straight. So what I'm going to try and do is set the line up pin tight to the bank stick, going along the bank out of the water and onto the stick, tie a couple of bits of grass around it, and then I can have the rig just coming out of the water up onto the bank, tied round the bank stick with a couple of thick blades of grass that will pull off and pull through and break should the fish take line, and then tension up from the grass on the pole to the rod, going along above the water.
So I was just walking up the margin to my right, which is a little bit further down than I anticipated fishing. I thought I saw some cloudy water, and sort of stood above it for sort of 10 minutes, and lo and behold, all of a sudden a sort of good mirror just swam out from under the weeds. So I just put a handful of bait on it, and yeah, I'm going to go back now, position the rig, and I'm just going to sit down here for a few hours, see if I can make something happen. So, finally set up, the brolly's up, and because the rain's been on and off all day today, so we're sheltered from that, and yeah, that just leaves me to find a few spots. But I'm just going to treat it like I'm sort of fishing a lake, more boilie and whole tiger sort of approach, because I've seen a lot of tench and a lot of rod and roach. So I do have a few flicks of sweet corn in the mix from the last lake we were at, but I haven't gone over the board with the particle or the small pieces. I've just gone whole tigers, whole boilies, sloshed it up with loads of fish meal, sort of stinky, horrible fishiness, and some sort of crumbed boilies to sort of mix it all up with. But yeah, I've made it really, really smelly because there's clearly fish in this stretch. There's loads and loads of weed. There's going to be all sorts of naturals in that weed, so I will try and draw them out. And I haven't gone heavy with the bait either. I mean, maximum of 2 handfuls over this one rod that one spot that I've just started baiting anyway. So yeah, I'm going to get some rigs ready. Can't find a couple more spots, which I'll be honest hasn't been easy. It's really, really weedy, and I've found the one spot I'm currently fishing, another spot which is right in the middle channel of the canal, and I'm yet to find the third. But even that second spot's I'm a little bit sceptical about. I need a few more leads thrown at that first before I make my mind up. But yeah, it's looking good, and I'm buzzing to say we're finally at somewhere where we found some fish. We're not surrounded by people, and yeah, confident. So we're gonna get the barbecue on in a minute, enjoy it, and yeah, probably have a couple of beers whilst we watch the sun go down, providing I've got my rod sorted by then, because we've got to leave here by about 9 o'clock tomorrow morning to make sure we get the ferry home, and preparation for another very, very busy week at work. So yeah, we'll see how tonight goes. And finally got one rod out, and but I've just seen, I can see over there, it's a big carp, big carp, just over the back. God, it's wide, man. That's a really good sign. That's a really good sign. How about that? First light this morning, after a very frustrating day, yesterday and the day before. I'm close in rod where I've seen fish yesterday. Absolutely bent double, fishing locked up, and yeah, rewarded with a very nice little mirror. It's my first ever canal carp from France, and the perfect way to start our last few hours here in the morning. We've only got a few hours left realistically until we've got to jump in the van and get back to the ferry, but yeah, I think our minds are made up that we're going to have a good look up and down these margins this morning and see if we can find one or two more fish like we did yesterday when we got here. Lovely job. That will do very nicely.
Yeah, boy.
Oh, mate, it's been stressful, hasn't it, Bob?
Yeah.
It really has, but that It's just made everything one hell of a lot better, and the camera's falling down.
Hey!
Well then, that brings us to an end. I mean, it's been another tiresome and slightly stressful session, but what we've learned is absolutely priceless. We've been to so many different places, so many different regions of France, and we've just gained lots and lots of knowledge of where to go and where not to go, really. It's quite clear over the last couple of years that French, like the Garde de Pêche, have started to enforce a lot of no boat rules and no night rules on a few lakes that maybe used to allow them. But yeah, there's still plenty with no night bans that we can definitely have a look at next time. Glad we bagged one in the end. You know, it's always nice to at least be driving home with a wet mat. But yeah, there's definitely a few more fish to be added in this stretch, and I can undoubtedly say that it will not be long until we're back here, and hopefully Louis can get his revenge in place again. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and hopefully next time you see us won't be too long.
So, Trish is just getting set up now. Little bit of water on the lens. No jambon. No jambon. No jambon croissant.
To be honest, and then I was just.
Am I quite bright? Can I wear my glasses?
Can if you want. You might look a bit weird.
Yeah, let me see what I look like. Does it look silly?
Look a bit like a mosquito. So this is what happens if you can't get your bubbles in the ground. It looks more like a hobbit's hideaway than a brolly. It's cute. Morning, Lou. I got one.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Sick.
It's been savage, but
I'm savage.
I'm a cabbage. Yeah, I feel like a cabbage.